Hmm. Hmm. Woohoo! Welcome to What the Mother. I'm Boogie.
And I'm Breezy.
How are you?
Oh, I'm just freaking fantastic. I feel relaxed, refreshed.
Nice,
Um,
nice. Someone had a nice birthday weekend in Cancun.
yeah, it was a whole
Excuse me.
a whole week. I
Nice.
I'm it took me a few days to feel comfortable to use the Spanish that I remember
Oh,
from
she
high
even has
school.
her little
Oh, I
nails
have my
done.
nails. I have vacation nails.
She's gonna
Excuse
start
me.
talking like this.
I'm gonna be talking like this. But now all I want to do is, hola, mi amiga, ¿cómo estás? Baño. It's just, it's wonderful when you're away and you can kind of pull out some vocabulary that you don't remember really, but you learned in like ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So that's what I did. It was great. It was
Nice.
wonderful. Yeah, we
Good,
were
good,
at an
good.
all inclusive resort for this beautiful wedding.
Wait,
And
hold up 1 second. This is episode 9, guys. I
oh,
normally say the number.
you do.
9 is fine.
Nine is fine.
And you came back in one piece. There's no shark bites on your body.
Emotionally, there. Emotionally, I'm scarred. Emotionally, I'm scarred. I decided, our last full day there was Saturday, which was the day of my birth. And we decided we were going to do like this whole excursion and go on this catamaran where like they, da, 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 I don't know what that was, like Macarena music and drinks and like all the things, and go to this beautiful part of the island and hop on go-kart, not go-karts, golf carts. And, zit, 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 all around the, it was amazing.
You zit, zit, zit with a golf cart?
Not really, but I felt like there was like a little bit, like a little zzz. And we went to all these beautiful stops for pictures. And then part of the excursion was going to be not scuba diving, snorkeling. Now, I have snorkeled in the past, okay, when I was a little younger. And I was like, it's my birthday. I'm gonna push through this, and I'm gonna enjoy this with my guy who loves shit like this. And I'm gonna do it. And he's gonna be so proud of me. And we're gonna be this power couple in the open water ocean. Well, we get we get on the catamaran, and it's this beautiful trek out into open water, and the water is beautiful. I mean, you could see like, all different turquoise, teal, all the things. And then we pull up into the part of the ocean where the scuba snorkeling Jesus is going to take place. Did you know what they decided to do? They decided to play this like off-brand version of Jaws music.
Ooh. I
Where
was actually going to start humming it while you were talking. I was going
it
to go, dun,
I'm
dun.
looking at Rob and I'm like, what is happening right now? It wasn't quite Jaws, but it was meant to be Jaws. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you need to stop this right now. And Rob's looking at them like, please stop. Cut the music.
So Spanish version of Jaws, it was like,
Yeah,
da 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 da. Shark
exactly.
gonna get you.
And then following that, they thought it'd be funny to play Baby Shark Doo Doo. And I'm like, what is
Uh,
my life? So they hand out these life vests, but instead of wearing them as a life vest, they want you to wear it around your waist like a flotation device, like a floaty. And I was thinking about you. You said on our last episode, what are you going to wear, a floaty? And I'm like, well, she wasn't wrong. So we have these things wrapped around our waist.
what, they want you to push yourself forward into the water?
Well, so they have you line up and you're going to jump off the back of the boat. It wasn't a big jump, but you're going to jump off the back of the boat. And like 98% of the group had jumped into the water with the tour guide who was in there. And then they get to me and I'm like, Rob goes in first because I'm like, you jump in first so I could jump to you. Right. And so he goes in, and now the woman is like, Senorita, rapido, rapido, por favor. And I'm like, oh, I'm trying. And I couldn't move. I was like frozen.
They
I
didn't
was,
have like a ladder that you could just climb on?
yes, there was all of that buggy, but I was frozen. And she's like, rapido, rapido. And then she's like pulling me. And I'm like, if this bitch pushes me in the water, so help me. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to do it. 3, 2, 1. And I jump in. And as soon as my feet left the safety of the boat, I immediately regretted all of my life decisions that brought me to that moment in time. And I hit the water and I go under and you pop up because you have this flotation device.
Yeah,
And
like a buoy.
like a buoy. And I see Rob and I like a, I don't know, traumatized wet cat, like just, and I'm like now around him, like a spider monkey. And it was one of those situations where, like, in all seriousness, like people who are drowning sometimes drown the person who's trying to rescue them. And it was like I was trying to climb to the highest point, like at the top of his head. And he's like, okay, babe, babe. And step. And the guy's
Don't
like,
kill me now.
oh yeah. And the guy's like, senorita, see, and for some reason I put the snorkel thing in my mouth, right? And I have the goggles on and I start to hyperventilate and go into a full on panic attack. And I'm crying. And now I'm frozen and the boat starts to leave. I didn't know the boat was going to move. They start to move and I'm like, woo! And the group starts to go and I'm like taking in water and I'm like, and I sound like Darth Vader because I have the snorkel on and I'm hyperventilating. And I hear Rob saying to me, babe, take the snorkel out of your mouth. You'll be able to breathe easier. And I couldn't, I was like frozen by
You were above water, though. Why'd you put it in your mouth?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. It was there. And I just felt
You're
like,
like,
yeah, I just felt like I needed to use everything that I had with me to survive. So I put it in my mouth. And I was just like, and Rob was like, you want to go back to the boat? Let's go back to the boat. I'll get you back to the boat. And the tour guide, one of the tour guides comes over with that rescue ring. And he's like, no boat, senor. And Rob's like, oh, she's going back to the boat. Like, don't tell her no. And I'm like, ah! And I couldn't. And I'm like, I can't move. I can't. And I couldn't. I mean, I can laugh about it now, but I was like terrified, terrified. So the guy
did you
comes
snorkel at
over.
all, or you were
Oh
no?
no, I think I like lost many minutes of my life blacked out. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. So I literally just like clung on to this life ring of for dear life. And the guy swam me over to the boat and I did nothing to help. I was like dead weight. I didn't kick my feet. And then like a child, instead of just closing my eyes, because I couldn't handle what I was seeing, I put my hands over my eyes and I had my hands covering my eyes as if closing them wouldn't be enough. And then we got to the boat and I didn't even realize we were there because I wasn't looking at anything.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it till we kind of like hit it. And I was like, oh. And then I did the walk of shame climbing back onto the boat because some of the people didn't go snorkeling because they just didn't want to. So we got back on the boat.
Wow. So that was like a fun birthday, huh? Near death
It
experience.
was, it was horrific.
Besides that, you had a good time.
Besides that, it was amazing. And Rob was such a like cheerleader. He's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, what part of that entire experience leads you to say you're so proud of me? He's like, you jumped in the water. Like you jumped in. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and then I went into total psycho, like whatever. But yeah,
Hey, you jumped in. He
I
jumped into the
I
ocean.
did jump in. And I didn't vomit on the boat, which I was nervous about. I took Dramamine. That helped. I took a nice little healthy dose of Xanax to get me on the plane. Like I am overcoming these fears one happy pill at a time. So that's, yeah. But the rest of the trip was amazing.
Besides that, okay.
Besides that, I met good people,
Oh,
ate good food, nice drinks. It was
yeah, you had a good birthday. And speaking of birthday, I got you a gift. I don't know
you
why you got
did.
me a gift.
Well, because I was
Don't
excited.
mind the bag. The bag is from Valentine's Day. Someone had given me something.
I was going to say,
Nancy, shout out to Nancy. She gave me that bag. I don't know. I'm so itchy. I don't know what's going on.
no.
My allergies. Anyway, I got you a gift, and then you give me a gift.
Yes. That's so lovely wrapped in
And
paper
I think it
towel.
might be the same type of gift.
You think so?
But I want you to open up yours
Okay.
because it's your birthday, and you'll tell me if it's the same thing.
Well, that's very nice of you, Bug. Dear Lord. All right, guys. Ooh. Okay, first, let me explain for those of you who are not watching. I have What the Mother stickers. that has our new logo on them, which is so very exciting. I'm putting one of those on my phone case. These are adorable.
Aren't they? I have one on my water bottle.
That these are truly adorable. And oh my god. And a fabulous coffee mug that has our logo and our what the mother, the good, the bad, the gross. I mean, I love this. Thank you.
So, when we're talking and we seem
You
all
opened yours
professional,
already?
we're like, huh?
You opened yours already?
I made one for you and me.
Well,
That's
go
why
and open up your gift now.
I know. I said, great minds think alike.
I love this. This is
I wonder what this could be.
well, it's interesting because on that one, it looks like we both have a tan on the one I got you.
Whoa.
For some reason, we look very
That is so funny, though.
so now you have a collection. There is the Caucasian version of us that you got, and there's
And
the
this is
jaundice
the we went on vacation version.
slash we look jaundice.
How funny is that? Thank you.
Well, thank you. I was so excited that we have this logo that I was like, I don't care if it's your birthday or not, I'm getting you something. Oh,
Well,
this
it's so funny. I wanted to get it, and then I wanted to be, while we're talking, be like, yes, and
oh, and show it to me and make me all such a jelly.
no, that's I was in so that you would drink from yours too, and it'd be
Oh,
like,
oh yes, that.
I'd be like, what the mother,
And just nonchalantly show the people our merch.
yeah. We should set up something on one of those sites or something. I would love to sell our merch. I mean, I think it's cool to walk around with something that says "What the Mother,"
I
and then a
know.
portion of the proceeds, I would like to donate to a charity.
That would be great.
Like a 3 month stint where hey, this portion of this good portion of this goes towards St. Jude. Next one goes towards women's, ovarian cancer, breast
Sure.
cancer.
I love that. Let's
So we're
do
gonna
it.
look into that. You
Let's
like
do
that?
it.
You like that idea? We're gonna look
Yeah,
into
I
it.
mean, I don't know that many people would want our faces like on their chest, but I think that many people would like the what the mother because
Yeah,
it's
like on the side. Well, even like if we do like a little logo on the corner,
a
it's a
little.
cartoon. It's not like our faces.
This is
Faces.
true. This is true.
We're like Snoopy,
We're like Snoopy.
Snoopy or something. Cartoonish.
Love Snoopy.
Tom and Jerry, right
Tom and
here.
Jerry.
What the mother?
Yep.
You
Look
know.
at us like having a little think tank on air.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
love it. I love it.
I'm always thinking of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can't sleep at night. I'm laying in bed and my mind's like, oh, did you pay that bill? Oh, remember you have to take care of this. This kid has a doctor's appointment. Go to the bathroom one more time. Why not?
Yeah, I find that when my brain is doing that, I need to get up and write things down because it's almost like I'm afraid I'm going to forget them.
Yeah.
And once I write it down, I can kind of relax, shut the brain off, and go to sleep. Because otherwise, I'm like, it's crazy.
Well, I'm glad you like it. I was going to get the stickers a little bigger, but I wasn't sure of the clarity, and I wanted to see how they came out first.
No, they came out great. I love these.
Yeah, they're cute, right? I have one on my water bottle, and got like a pack of, I don't know, 8 or 10, just so we could see how they look.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to get like a magnet of some kind.
Or keychain. This is a cute size little keychain too.
Yeah.
Or tile. I love that. Well,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
I would love to set something like that up so we could donate to, different
Yeah.
causes.
We'll think about that. Have a little meeting about it.
Yeah, we'll look into it.
Yeah. So how was your
I'm
week?
glad you had a good time. I missed you, it was lonely.
Oh.
It was busy.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter runs track. Track meets are really, really fucking long, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love her. I love watching her run, but Jesus. And the people who run them are so slow that you're like, oh my God.
Right.
There's no reason why if a track meet starts at 9 that it's ending. I didn't get home until 7:30.
That's bananas.
Yes, and I didn't even get there at 9. I got there later because I knew her race was later.
Right.
And it started even later than the later that I thought it was going to start.
I mean, I know they have to go through all the, 55, whatever the numbers
55.
are. Well, I don't know. And
there's the 100, there's the
right,
relay, there's
right.
the 200, there's the
Yeah.
400, there's the 8, there's the
The eight,
15,
all
there's
that. Yeah. And the boys and the
hurdles.
girls and the age groups. But that's
It
crazy.
was so long.
Yeah. That's
I was
crazy.
so tired.
Hmm.
And I didn't even do anything. I didn't run. I just sat there
Yeah. But were
cheering
you
on.
out there in the heat?
Yeah, it was warm
Yeah.
out,
It's
and the
exhausting.
DJ was pumping, was playing some music. So I was kind
Hmm.
of like, all right. And I have a couple cool
Hey.
moms that I hang out with, so thank God for that because you know
Yeah.
it was rough. I mean, I it was warm, and I brought suntan lotion, and my teenagers. I was like, hey guys, I have suntan lotion. I don't need suntan lotion. I was like, all right. 3 hours later, they were all lobsters,
Hmm.
like pure, like red.
Hmm.
And I was like, you guys are gonna feel that tomorrow. And I'm
No.
like a nut job with the suntan
Oh,
lotion.
me
And
too.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, the girls had the red right like on the cheek area,
Hmm.
and it's a tank top, so all of that was red. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh. The girl was like, oh, it feels a little sore. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw you in the ocean.
You're a little crisp. You're a little
Yeah.
crisp. Yeah.
It was a good week, good busy week.
Good. I was very diligent during this vacation. I had the big hat, I had the glasses, I had the 50 SPF. It's like, yeah, I want a little color, but I'm done. Those days of like, let me burn so that I tan, done.
How did that spray tanning go?
Okay.
Were you naked in her garage?
So it's such an interesting, it's just very interesting because I went into the mindset of, okay, this is what this woman does, right? She told me she's seen it all, right? So you figure like when you go to the gynecologist, like they see it all. They're not remembering what your parts look like. But I'm like, this is a local mom. Like she hangs out with other moms that I know. Do I want her having a visual of what my tatas look like? Especially since Riley has told me that they hang too low. I'm like, I don't know. But at the same time, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Show up and like have like daisy pasties on my nins? So like whatever. So
On my nins.
I don't know. So I go there and it was like, hey, how are you? Oh, good. Oh, what school do your kids go? Little icebreaker, whatever. And we go into her garage. She's very professional setup. She's like a hut, like a tent that you like step into, right? And then there are poses that you do. So now I'm in a thong, right? I went with a thong and I went nothing else. And now these are very bright lights in her garage, and there's a full length mirror like in front of the tent. So when you're standing there, you see yourself in
Yeah.
like all the bright light. And I was just like, oh, why did I decide to
Why did
wear?
I show her my nins?
Why did I show her my ninnies? Um,
Hmm. You
so
call them ninnies or you call them titties?
well, I mean the actual like your nips,
Yeah, nips. But you call
ninnies.
you call them boobs. What do you call your girls? Like,
Girls, and I'll just say, the girls,
you don't
boobs.
say boobs, tits.
Yeah, I'm not a tit person.
Eh,
The boobs,
I don't mind tits.
the girls.
I
I
think
don't.
I just like it because it's tits,
Sure.
boobs.
Boobs. So yeah,
Yeah.
I got in the tent. I'm looking at myself and I'm just like, poor choice right now, but I'm in it. What am I gonna do? So she gets out her like spray gun as if I'm like a car, like a Mustang, right? Actually, I'm more like a rundown Sentra, but I'm gonna be a Mustang. And she starts like spraying me, and there are poses that you have to do.
Wait. Did you have to wear goggles or?
No, no goggles. She does your body, and then she does like you. Oh, you're wearing a what are that shower cap? So that just like completed the look, right? So I'm in a
That's hot.
that's
Shower
hot
cap and a thong.
and a thong, right? So then you do these poses, and then she discusses like, all right, are you good with your shade? You want another go around? I'm like, we could do. I think we could do another go. What do you think? She's like, yeah, we can. And then she has me turn around again, and she's like, okay, now you're gonna like bend over a little, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? I'm gonna do what? But I'm like, all right, I'm wearing a thong. I'm gonna bet. All right, she just wants to make sure she's getting in the parts. And it was a quick, but as I'm bent over, I'm like, what the fuck is my life right now? Like, what am
Yeah.
I doing right now? I'm not getting married. Why do I care if I have a base tan going to freaking Cancun? But I will tell you, I looked good. No,
How long
there's
does it? I mean, you don't look super tan now.
no. So what it is like it lasts. Like I still have a line, but it lasts for she said about 7 to 10 days, depending on how many showers you take and all that. But we got there and we had a hot tub in our room. We're swimming. We're
Yeah.
so it kind of faded quicker. But for the wedding and stuff, I still had a nice base color. But it
Oh, I
was
was expecting you to get on here and me to go, loompa,
do
loompa,
body
dee, doo,
do.
doo.
No orange. She had a
Why are
nice
you orange? Why are you?
no no orange. So I was very happy with it. It was just an interesting experience. But speaking of, like you said, tits. So at one point we were walking around on our little excursion and they give you time to like go into the shops. And this guy standing out of the shop, he totally got us, or he got me. He's like, "Oh, senorita, it's Carlos. I remember you from the hotel." And now me, an idiot, right? Because I don't want to be rude, like, "Oh, I don't remember you." I was like, "Oh, hey." He's like, "Oh, I was your waiter." I'm like, "Right." He wasn't our waiter.
So
He
you got
wasn't.
robbed?
No, but he like, "Oh, let me show you my store." And all of a sudden we're like in a store with like the most gaudiest jewelry of like fake emeralds and fake diamonds. And the dad comes out, he's like, "Oh, my father made these. We'll give you 60% off for your birthday, one time only." We never knew 60% off of what. It could have been like $4,000.
So what'd you buy?
Oh, nothing. I was very proud of it. He was taking my hand and putting on like engagement rings on my
What?
ring finger. And I'm just like, I'm looking at Rob, like, what is happening? And I just looked at him like, and he's like, "All right, sir, thank you." They were super aggressive. And then we're walking down the street. This is where tits come into play. And Rob found it was hysterical to say the word tits in Spanish. When a guy came out of his little shop and he's like, "Oh, senoritas, t-shirts, mugs, blah, blah." And Rob goes, two, what does you have? Two
Yeah,
tienes, and then whatever the word for tits are. The
it
guy
does.
grabs Rob. He's like, inside, mi amigo. Like, I'm like,
Wait,
where's
he asked if you had if he had tits, and he
if he
told
had
him
grande
inside.
tits? Because Rob thought it was hysterical. Yeah, with the funniest thing. But then the guy was grabbing him to like bring him into like a secret hideaway where I'm sure there were naked girls with grande titas. And Rob was
Grande
like, "No,
tits.
no, senor, joking." Ha 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 ha. I'm like, get back on the golf cart. Get out of here.
Oh my God,
Hmm.
that's great.
Yeah, it was a good time. It
Sounds
was
like fun.
it was fun. I hadn't been like on a vacation like that, especially without the kids in a
What's
very
that? What kind of vacation is that?
I know, without
I don't
kids.
remember that either.
Without your
I
kids.
remember going. I remember going to Italy though, and this guy was like, "I got Fendi, I got this, I got that." I'm like, "This is not like authentic." He goes, "Well, you can tell people you got it from Rome." I'm like, "True." I mean, I've taken my kids have been on trips since they were like months old.
Really?
I remember when I took my son; he was 5 months old, and my daughter was like 2.5. We were going to
Mhm.
Orlando.
Right.
We were seeing family and we were going to hit up. I don't think we didn't do Disney. They were too little, but we were going to see family. I have a lot of family in Florida.
Hmm.
And we're getting on, and this woman gives us the nastiest look. And I'm thinking to myself, we're going to Orlando. That's where little kids go,
Right.
Disney World.
Right.
And my daughter, I had everything she needed, her snacks, I don't know, back in this was like what is it, 13 years ago, 14 years ago? There was like this VTech thing you could play on.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Plugged it in. She had her snacks. She had her coloring, her VTech. My son, as long as he was fed, he was fine. He was a very good baby. He didn't cry the whole trip.
Mm.
He's actually slept most of it. And I changed him once, and that was it. And then when we get off, she's smiling at me. The same lady that gave me the dirty look. I go, "Now you're smiling at me." And she's like, "Well, I don't know when a baby." I go, "You're going to Orlando, lady.
Right.
What? Kids go there. It's
Strap
Disney
in.
World."
Get ready. Like.
And I was like, dude, I was like, look, I've been on planes where a kid cried the whole time.
Mhm.
And I know, I get it's rough,
Right.
but give me a chance before you give me a dirty look,
Yeah. Yeah.
I took my kids to Germany when they were very young.
Wow.
Slipped him a little something, something. My daughter's like, I feel tired. I went, ooh, it's working.
It's just mommy roofing your bottle.
And she slept the whole trip.
Oh my God.
The doctor said, get a little Dramamine.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She was talking and talking and talking, and all of a sudden she looks at me and she's like, I feel sleepy. And I was like, yes, it's working. And all the people around me just start laughing
Oh,
because she wouldn't stop talking. And I was
right.
like, will you shut up? I was like, you're my kid. I want you to shut up.
Please just shut up, please. Yeah, I made sure I have to Xanax myself to get on a plane because again the panic kicks in, and I took
Yeah,
it.
that flying, I'm not afraid.
Whoa.
I'm not afraid of
Mm-mm.
flying.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of like roller coasters or anything.
Hmm.
You know, like I said to you, like before, the ocean, I'm a little, you know, a little
Right.
afraid of that. That's about it. Oh, I don't like bugs, but I'm not like, ah, you know.
Right. No.
Cave crickets, though, those things are
Jesus.
those
I
things.
know. And they're
But a regular,
always like mutant ones. I don't know if you get
yeah.
like the three-legged ones or like they're missing or there's like four extremities on one side and one on the other. They're like there's some kind of
Look,
radiate or
I don't
maybe
like that they jump at you.
oh, I because they're blind. Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
It's
I
somebody
just thought that they just jump at you because they
no,
hear your sound and they're trying
no,
to
but
intimidate you.
I heard they're blind
What
and
I heard is that if you put out sticky tape and one of them gets stuck to it, the other ones come and eat it. Yes, that's disgusting.
first of all, I hate those type of traps because although I have no problem with taking a shoe and smashing that thing to like a little shitty pancake, I think it's cruel to have one of those like glue traps or those sticky things and then they're on it and they're like "Nee," and they go to move and they're ripping their legs off. Maybe that's why I'm seeing them with like three legs.
Mutant legs, yeah, because they're ripping their legs
Because
off.
they're ripping their legs off.
Gross.
Oh
Oh, so
God.
gross.
We get them in the basement. We get them in
Yeah,
the
because
basement of our
they
house.
like that when it's the moisture from
Oh,
the basement. Yeah,
awful.
yeah,
Absolutely awful.
disgusting.
No, they're terrible.
I mean, I can't believe it's Memorial Day coming up. Are you doing
What a
anything
segue.
exciting?
What a segue. Where did you segue? You went from cave crickets to I can't believe it's Memorial Day. Where did you go?
Because you know why I got so grossed out. I'm like, I got to change the subject. I was getting itchy. I was like, ooh, it's all over. They're all over me.
Memorial
Ugh.
Day, hot dogs, hamburgers, barbecue. What are you doing this Memorial Day weekend, Miss?
I got a soccer tournament, and I might check out a couple of colleges with my kid.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
we were
fun
supposed to
times.
be in a soccer tournament, and then the coach put out the email that there wasn't enough like participants, so we didn't have enough people that were going to be around. And inside, I was like, "Thank you, Jesus," and I felt badly because Rye was disappointed. But I mean, I don't know what else we're going to do.
Yeah,
We haven't
I
been,
like the families at least.
yeah,
Thank God, because you know sometimes I've been on certain tournaments where I'm like, I'm going to strangle this father.
mm-hmm,
It's only a matter of time,
mm-hmm,
or just the kids aren't really that nice.
right,
But for the most part, I've been very lucky
yeah,
with my kids' teams. The parents, the kids are all good for the most part.
mm-hmm.
And and even if you don't want to socialize, no one cares. You do your thing.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
do our thing. You do your thing. We'll meet up after. Some parents are. I mean, I've heard stories where people are like, "Oh my God, this parent was like drunk at the hotel bar," and I'm like, "All right, I could see why they were, but
Mhm.
come on, not with your kid there."
Right. No.
Yeah, we might look at a couple of colleges while we're there, so we'll
Oh,
see.
nice.
We'll
Okay.
see.
All right. That sounds lovely.
Yeah,
Are you doing any vacations this summer? You guys going away at all?
this is probably the first summer. I mean, we're gonna see friends have a house up in the Finger Lakes,
Okay.
but my daughter's having surgery, so
Okay.
it's gonna be like a full summer of recovery.
Right.
Just
Right.
call me Nurse Betty. Just call me
Hmm.
Nurse Betty. I was Nurse Betty when my son broke his leg and
Ugh, mama.
getting my job back.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want this job. I don't get paid.
I'll drop off some care packages periodically to you.
Yeah, drop off a bottle of wine.
Something, a bottle of something.
Yes,
Oh my
please.
goodness.
And a
Yeah.
hammer. And a hammer so I can hit myself in the head.
Oh, this is very violent. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came home from this vacation and I was like, you know what? I need to take the kids away. Not that I have like the money to do so, but I'm like, you know what? I could find something relatively inexpensive. So I'm like, right, how about we go on vacation this summer? Besides, like, we usually do this whole canoe camping thing around her birthday. And she's like, I'm good. Like, what do you mean you're good? She's like, I get a little homesick. I don't really need to go away anywhere. I'm like, what? Who said?
Uh,
I'm like, okay, but you'll be with us. You'll be with me and your brother. But she gets home like for her physical home, her bedroom, her bed, her things. She was telling me before, speaking of college, she's like, Mom, I was thinking about it. And as much as I want to go away, I don't want to leave Frankie. And I was like, oh, that's real
aw.
sweet. But I was like, and go. You need to experience life. Like,
Yeah.
go, enjoy. And then she's like, well, if I leave, you guys can't change my room. You
You're
can't.
like, okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, sure. We won't change your room. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy to me. She's even thinking about that. But I'm like, yeah, she's going to high school in September, and the teachers are already talking to them about these things. Where I'm kind of like, they're only 13 and 14, but I
Yeah,
guess
but before you know it,
I know.
it's crazy. I know. I mean, my daughter's a homebody too.
Yeah,
She's actually looking to go away.
is she?
I think I'm more freaked out than she is.
Hmm.
But she wants to study medicine and she wants to study being a nurse
Yeah.
or a physician assistant. So
Hmm.
she has to go where the opportunities are. I mean,
Yeah.
I went to good old Queens College.
I went there for a brief stint as well.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld went there. So I'm like, all right. And I still have my T-shirt from like 20 million years ago.
If it's good enough for Jerry, it's good enough for Boogie and Breezy.
Very cool.
Oh
We'll
my
we'll, uh,
God.
we'll touch base when we get back from
Yeah.
our weekends and shenanigans.
Well, listen, if you do like an impromptu barbecue and you want to invite me, you can. I'm just saying. I'll put that out there for
I'm
you.
not even going to be around.
Maybe you will. Maybe something changes and you decide, let's have a barbecue. I'm just saying,
Maybe
listeners.
the week after, the weekend after.
Right.
Plus, the weather hasn't really been that great, and it's not even going to be that nice.
Oh, really? I don't even look at
Did you see the
the
weather?
weather. I don't even look anymore. I'm just like,
Like in
okay,
60s, 50s,
we're in
and
this
60s.
we're in summer. I know we're not in summer, but I'm like, it's just gonna be nice every day. I don't even look.
They always say when you hit May, May starts with the summer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Memorial Day,
Yeah.
summer.
Well,
That's
we're
not.
in.
That's not true. I'm cold. I'm like,
It's gorgeous out right now. What are
well,
you
today
talking about?
it's windy. It's windy though.
It's windy. Oh, just stop. It could also be because I'm wearing two layers and
I know
like
you're wearing a sweater.
I don't
And
understand
when
it.
I got out in my car this morning, it had a film of pollen.
Oh.
My eyes were like, ugh, what the hell? I was like, what is this shit? I mean, literally like
Yeah.
film. And then when I put my windshield wipers on, it was like,
He's like, "Meh." Yeah.
ugh, disgusting. I hate you, pollen.
On that note,
Oh, it's time to
ah,
go. It's time to say goodbye. And next week will
adios.
be episode number 10, double digits. Holy shnikes.
Holy shnikes.
Oh my
Well,
God. Maybe we'll
you
get
know,
syndicated one day. Have our own
it
sitcom.
will happen. We're going to manifest the shit out of that. And I'm gonna walk around like this. I'm using a sticker right now. I'm placing it on the forehead. I'm gonna walk into our local deli, which is a very happening spot, with that on my forehead.
You should actually put them on your nips.
On the ninnies? On the ninnies.
You should have put them on your ninnies when you got your tan and then just walked up and down Broadway.
I'm
On
gonna
your,
save all the people and not do that.
oh, you would have ended up on the group chat, on Facebook, on the
Oh,
ring. Oh, there's some
oh.
crazy orange lady with some stickers on her tits. Anybody call 911? Is she crazy?
Do we live in the South all of a sudden?
You know me and my accents.
Your accents. Yeah.
All right. Well, what about, they, oh, there's a woman there with stickers on her ninnys.
Ooh, ooh, this feels you know what this feels like? Peeling
Like
this
an
off? A Biore
exfoliator.
strip that you put on your nose and it pulls out all the okay.
That
I
sounds gross.
digress. I
On
digress.
that note,
On that note, save the drama for your mama and
behave.
be
Behave. Make sure you shave.
yes.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Sounds good, dear.
All right.
Bye.
Later. Bye.
Bye.
Oops. Stop
Oops.
it.